Hello and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's on the hook. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful week and had a great weekend last weekend. I did. I'm loving this beautiful, beautiful weather. I'm enjoying the beautiful sunshine and the warm temperatures. I'm really enjoying that because it seemed like our winter was very long, but it wasn't that cold. We only had one cold snap that was about 6 degrees, and then after that it was just cool every day, and I'm just glad that the temperatures are warming up. And we're looking forward to a wonderful summer here in Tennessee with beautiful trees and mountains and everything. I hope you're having a great spring where you are as well. Now, I'd like to talk about a few things today. As you know, this is a crochet channel, a little bit of diamond painting. So if you're new here, welcome to you. And if you're a returning viewer, which a lot of you are, and I appreciate you so much, thank you for joining me again today. I hope you will go back and look at the video that I just put out on Monday. It was the Hobie yarn reviews, and it's not very long, but it was kind of fun to do. I showed you some new yarns from Hobie and some good ideas for things to make with those, so be sure you take a look at that. And I'm also wearing this item right here, which Crystal is modeling today because I have a finished object and I wanted to wear this. So I'm announcing a new finished object and a new finished object. So I have two of those today and some whips to show you, some diamond painting progress, also a great giveaway at the end of the video. So be sure to stay tuned for that. First of all, I want to say that I am hoping that you will enjoy the time you spend in our community. It is down in the description box, the link that you use to join that. You get a free pattern. It's free to join. And every now and then I send out emails with special offers for patterns that are in my Etsy shop and also new releases of patterns that are going out. And I have something to talk about that later as well. Now this week I am featuring the Felicity Tee, and that beautiful pattern right there. I really like that. And if you look right here, close right up there, there are lots of ribs in this pattern. At the top, the whole yoke is done in a rib pattern. Very beautiful. It turned out really nicely, and I did it with a number 2 yarn. So if you have some number 2 yarn lying around, you might want to pick it up and give this a try. It's called the Felicity Tee, and you'll see it on my Etsy shop. And also I sent out an email to the community, and if you're in the community, you will see that email, and there'll be a special offer code for that pattern, and it's good all the way till the end of the month, of April. And last week I sent out an email for 3 special patterns that were created back in the early days of On the Hook Crochet, and I'm offering those with an offer code as well and a discount of 30% off. So if you're in the community, you can get a really nice discount on some of the patterns that I send out emails about. So be sure to stay tuned for those. Look in your inbox on your email and make sure that you're not missing those. So I sent that out. I sent this one out last night, the Felicity Tee, and you'll see it in your inbox around 10 o'clock last night, I believe it was, when I sent that out. So you might check your inbox for that. Now today I want to talk about a few things. I am wearing a finished object, and I made it with Mrs. Crosby's yarn, and I know it was at least last year when I talked about this. I put this in timeout because I had started it and I couldn't get finished with it over the summer. So I put it in timeout and I got it out the other day, and I thought, I don't have very much left to do on here. I need to do the sleeves, and I also need to do a few rows at the bottom of the sweater. So this is done with a fingering weight yarn. It is called Carpet Bag, and I hate it, but this has been discontinued, and it was on this was on eatsleepknit.com, and I found it on there, and I thought it was just really beautiful. It's called Mrs. Crosby's Carpet Bag, and it's 80% superwash merino wool, 20% silk, 240 yards on the hank. And this is what I have left. I used about 850 yards to make this sweater, and if I had gone ahead and finished the length that I would really like to have had, I would have used all of the yarn, and 2, 4, 6, 8, it'd probably be about 950 yards of yarn, but I made it a cropped length, so I will show you that. Let me model it for you. Well, this is my newest my newest finished object, except for the Slouchy Cardi that Crystal is wearing today. But I wanted to show you this. This is a Rebecca sweater. That is the pattern that I use, the Rebecca sweater. And it is, this one has several more rows of window rounds on the top. You just add them on the rows in which you are not increasing. So that makes it very, very easy to add a window row, or what some people call it a lace row, at the top of the sweater. But I didn't really need much because this yarn is so busy. It is extremely busy. And I just noticed that there's a patch over here on the arm that just looks weird to me, but I don't know. It's just a variegated yarn. It's hand dyed, and it's all different colors of green. There's some purple in here. There's a little bit of navy blue, if you can believe it, olive color, light green. So I thought that I would model this with some black dress pants, and this is what it looks like in the back. It's not very long. It's quite cropped. It's about 2 inches below my waist, but I really like it because it's going to be comfortable for summer. And the reason is I made the neck quite a bit wider than I did on the Rebecca sweater. I extended the neck out so that it would be nice and cool up here, but I did make the sleeves much longer. Rebecca sweater sleeves are way up here, but I added 7 more rows of double crochet. And then I finished it off with the reversed single crochet around the end. And I did the same thing at the bottom of the sweater. I crocheted 3 rows of single crochet and then a row of reverse single crochet at the very bottom, and that finished it off. I didn't want to add any ribbing. I was kind of tired of adding ribbing, and I'm just wearing this with some Mary Jane shoes. I just love these shoes. I just bought these. They're flats and they are so comfortable. You can wear them with a skirt and look very nice with a skirt or with a pair of pants. So I really like these shoes. I wanted to show these to you because I've been wearing them a lot. Wore them to church yesterday with a skirt, and then we took a trip with the boys. We had the little grandsons with us, so I was moving around quite a bit, so I enjoyed having some flats to wear. I did not wear heels because I knew I was going to take a lot of steps. So anyway, I wanted to show those to you. Those are Jessica Simpson, not sponsored. I bought them online, and they're very, very comfortable. I love them. I bought my regular size in these, and I'm just really enjoying wearing them. Actually, the straps are all elastic, so it makes it even more comfortable. But anyway, I want to show you this sweater. This is my Rebecca sweater, the newest version. I have 4 or 5 of these now. They're just really easy to make, and you can pick any yarn you want, any hook size you want, and you can make one to fit you. So I just want to tell you that that's out there on my Etsy shop, the Rebecca sweater. And hope you enjoyed seeing me work on this. It's been a whole year since I started this sweater, but I did put it in timeout. So I'm out, it's on, so I'm all finished with this Rebecca sweater. Here is the sweater that I used, the pattern I used, Rebecca sweater. A ton of you have bought that one. It is an easy sweater to make. It is totally versatile. You can make it as long as you want. You can make the width of the neck as wide as you want. As you can see that, this is about as wide as it can be without showing my strap right there. It's really wide. And then I took it down quite a ways on the yoke. I took the yoke down quite a ways, and so it was big through here. And what I did was I decreased every 10th stitch on a couple of rows with a row in between of no decreases. So I decreased a little bit right here just to bring it in a little bit. I didn't have to do that. It wasn't necessary, but I just wanted to try it, and it worked out great. It took a little bit of the bulk out of the middle of the sweater, and you can do that as well. It's not hard to do at all, but be sure when you decrease, put a stitch marker around that post so you'll know exactly where they are. This is the Felicity sweater, and I wanted to show this to you. I had it hanging up here, and I forgot to show it when I was talking about this email that went out last night to the community. This is what the top looks like. This is what the yoke looks like, and then the sweater is from here down, but the yoke is right here. It's very easy to make. It is not difficult, but doesn't that look beautiful? And that is very much crocheted. You can tell it's crocheted. And at the top at the shoulder top, I used several rows of single crochet to give it that look, and I really like that look as well. So this has a lot of design elements in it. It's a very interesting sweater. It's not difficult to make. You will need a little bit more yarn because the ribbing takes up a little more yarn on this, and I don't call it a yarn hog, but you'll probably need a little bit more for this. But it tells you all that in the pattern, so how much yardage you need to make the Felicity sweater. So there it is. Now Crystal's going to come over and model the brand new Slouchy Cardi, and this is one of my patterns as well. I made this with Pearly Haze yarn from Hobie, and I will put a link to that video at the end of this video. You can pop over there and look at it if you haven't seen it yet. It's about 12 minutes long. It's not a long video, and I modeled this, show you how I styled this particular Slouchy Cardi. I made this with Pearly Haze, and I wanted to show you the back of it because this is my fun part of the back right up here at the top. It's some detail at the top, at the back of the neck right there, and it's basically adding short rows all along here to bring the back up because I started this seam 5 inches below the center point, and if you have this pattern you'll know what I'm talking about. But I started this seam 5 inches below center, so I wanted to fill this in up here, and in the pattern I show you how to do that, and I went right by the pattern, and this is what it looks like. See, it's adding those short rows from right about here just below the shoulder line, and you can mark wherever you want to start it. There it is over here on this side, right below the shoulder line. You start these short rows and they go all the way around here, and there's a little bit of a triple crochet right in here to give it some open right there to make it look a little bit more special than just plain old short rows. So I thought that was really pretty. I wanted to show you that. Crystal said she would model it for you, so there she is. And this is a cropped version of Slouchy Cardi. See how short that is? It is not long at all. And I added a toggle button right here. All I did was sew it on one side, and I'm using the holes along the other side right in here to just push that toggle button through to hold it in place, and that way you don't have to use a scarf pin, or you can let it just fall straight if you want to, but I like to have it kind of in place because when I'm moving around, sometimes a Slouchy Cardi like this will move around because it's big. See how big that is, and the sleeves are very open, and you just wear a tank top under it, and it's great for summertime. If you're going out to dinner or going to church, you can wear this with a skirt. Very, very pretty, and you can make it as long as you want. Now, this is a little bit short. See how short that is in the back? That is a true cropped length. It's just right at the waistband of my skirt, and I like it though. I like it a lot. I think it's really pretty. And in the fall and winter, I could wear it with a black turtleneck and look really, really nice and give me that extra layer that I need sometimes when the air conditioner's on or when it's a little bit chilly outside. As you know, I am a diamond painter too. I love to diamond paint, and I want to show you the progress I've made on my brand new diamond painting that I'm working on. I took Jesus' Blessing to the framers, and so they're working on that. I should have it in a week or so, so I'll show you that when it comes in. But I picked a real pretty frame there, but I didn't go all the way out craziness like I did for the angel playing a flageolet. If y'all remember that, you can go back in my videos and take a look. Sometimes I do quite a bit of work on those, and I show those on my video channel, my On the Hook Crochet, because I do two crafts. I do diamond painting and crochet. So here is a little peek at what I've done this week on my Irises painting by Van Gogh. This is a quick look at my diamond painting progress that I've made this week on my Irises by Van Gogh. And I'm back up just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. And there's a little bit of a glare up here. Sorry about that. But that is what it looks like. And there's a little bit left over the top up here. So let's just look at that real quick. This is the top of the painting. So you can kind of see the flowers go all the way to the top. Very pretty. I'm now working on this lower corner right here. I finished this diagonal section right here on the corner. I just peeled the plastic back and I started working on it. I anchored it right up in here. So I laid the plastic back and I worked on this part. And look how gorgeous the colors are here. Look at that. compared to the canvas color. You see that, you go, oh, it's not very exciting. But when you get the real colors on there, look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is 38 colors. You can see that right there, 38 colors and all the symbols there. I'm now working across the bottom, and I've done this much right here, and I'm working a little bit into the colorways here. So I have flipped up the plastic right here. You can see it. And there's my plastic holder. I use this in cross stitching, but it has a little anchor on the back, a magnet on the back. And so you can hold the plastic back with that, and it makes it easier to diamond paint. Then when I finish all this, like right here on this diagonal corner, I finished that. So I cut the plastic right along here just to get it out of my way. So this does not have plastic over it because it doesn't need the plastic. It's already been diamond painted. But as you can see, these are round diamond paint drills. These are not squares. These are round, and they are quite gorgeous. I really love the round. I love both shapes, the round and the square, but I think either one makes a very beautiful diamond painting. So again, this is the progress I've made this week on Irises by Van Gogh. Here's what happens when you use hand-dyed yarns. Sometimes you can use a hand-dyed yarn, and when you pick up another hank, or you pick up another cake of your hand-dyed yarn and you start using it, I understand that you should every other row just kind of break in the new hank and use it with the last part of your old hank and just kind of blend it in. And that up here, this is one hank right here. And if you'll notice, this is another hank right here. And there's definite difference here. I did not ease it in like I should have. I just started because it looked like it looked like any other hank that I had. They all look the same. But when you crochet them up, they're a little bit different. Now this is a situation with hand-dyed yarns, and as I'm looking at myself in the camera, I can see right here that there's a patch. Look at that. There's a patch of dark color, and it seems to have come in to the row right at the same time on every round, because I was going around and around. I wasn't going back and forth. I was going around and around on the sleeve, so you can see that there is like a patch. Look at there. There's another thing right there. I don't know what that is. Just a stripe. All kinds of things. Here's another stripe over here on this side. Look, there's one. Let's see if there's anything around the back of this one. Oh, and there's the patch right there. Oh my. I mean, I guess I'm just going to have to live with it. I just realized that was there this moment when I looked in the mirror, and I thought, well, I looked in the camera and I thought, what is that? What in the world? That is something else. Anyway, I really love this. It feels good on. It's so nice and warm, but it's still cool. I don't know what it is about wool and silk. They just work so well together. Beautiful, beautiful yarns. This has been discontinued, as I said, but isn't that gorgeous? I really love this yarn. I wish I had another 3 or 4 hanks of that. I'd make something else out of it. So let's move on to works in progress. Last week, I gave away a crochet magazine that had a beautiful vest in it, and the vest was called the Nature's Beauty or something like that. I don't have it right here. I sent it away. But anyway, it was Nature's Beauty. It was made with cotton thread or cotton yarn, and I looked at the instructions because I thought I might whip one up, and the instructions were 3 or 4 pages long. I couldn't believe it. Every row had a whole lot to work with. I just I am not going to spend the time on that. It's a beautiful, beautiful vest, and it's the vertical lines in are very pretty, but they're very complicated. To me, they're very complicated. You might be able to whip right through it, but I didn't want to invest the time on it, frankly, because it wasn't my pattern. And so I thought, I'm going to make something similar to that that's easier to make, that is, a flexible crochet, which means it will fit you the first time with your measurements. We'll make it to your measurements, and it will fit perfectly the first time. And so I thought, well, I can come up with something. And I did come up with something. I really did. I have a frog and finish today and a giveaway that I'm going to give to somebody next week who wins. And I don't know if I'll have the pattern out by then, but it's a frog or finish for this particular vest. I made it with 3 different yarns. I made it with the size 4 yarn cotton. I made it with a size 4 cotton and nylon, and then I made it with an acrylic yarn, a 4 acrylic yarn. So all three are size 4. So, but this one I'll show you first. This is the Barocco Zinnia. This was some yarn that I don't know why I bought it, but it's from Barocco. I think it was Knit Picks maybe. And I wanted some cotton and nylon yarn. So you can see right there, it's 97% cotton, 93% cotton, 7% nylon. I'll get that right in a minute. And it's very, very soft. I like it. It's kind of hempish, but it's not too rough. I like it. I like it quite a bit, actually, now that I have crocheted with it a little bit on something that I think is going to work on. But I'm making this in a vertical way, and this is what it looks like. It's going to be a vertical vest. It's going to be like this, and then I'm going to put some shoulders on it, and we're going to make a vest out of it. But it's going to be easy to make. It's going to be super simple to make. I have a row pattern that I'll give you and some directions on how to measure, how to start the shoulder pieces, how to give the underarm the room that you need. All that will be in the pattern. And so I think this is going to be pretty. Look at that. It's got some beautiful colors in it, and it is pure, almost pure cotton, so it's going to be very comfortable. The girl in the picture in the magazine had on a white knit t-shirt underneath it, and it looked very casual. It was kind of a cream colored vest. Now this is not cream color. This is more of like a little bit of a brown in that. It's like a little bit of beige. It's more like a beige color, but I like it. I like it. I liked it enough to buy it. So I have 8 of these, which should be plenty, and on each one is 125 yards. So I have close to 1,000 yards of this, and that should be plenty for this vest. It won't take that many yards to make that. Now that's a number 4 yarn, but it feels like a number 3. It really does crochet like a number 3. My second attempt was with this Flex that I bought. This is Flex. I showed this to you a while back. And this is in a little bit of a gray color. It's got some purple and yellow in it. Little flecks. That's why it's called Flex, but it's real pretty. This is also a number 4 yarn, and I believe it's 100% acrylic. 355 yards on the skein. That's a lot of yardage. It's 79% acrylic, 21 polyester. So there's nothing natural in here, but it's really, really soft. I like it. I've made 1 or 2 things with Flex. I think I made a cardigan out of it as well. And I really like it. It's by Michaels. It's loops and threads. So I had 3 skeins of this, and I thought I'll try it with this. So I did the same pattern with that. And it's actually very beautiful. I'm using a J hook, as you can see right there. I have a J indicator on there, so I'll know what size I was using. But that is what it looks like. The flecks in there are purple, and so it's really pretty. It's the prettiest one, and it keeps its shape better than the cotton. The cotton I have to keep stretching out and saying, is this right? The cotton I'm making with an I hook because it's just not as big as this one. And this one I'm making with a J hook. Quite a bit bigger. I have another one that I'm working on for a frogger finish that is cotton, pure cotton thread, and it's just too much cotton. It's a little bit heavy for me, but not really. I mean, it's just one more that I don't want to make, so I'm going to give that away as a frog and finish today. So we'll be talking about that here in just a few minutes, but I wanted to show you those because the difference in yarns is a big difference. There's a difference in that yarn and this yarn. They're both a size 4, but they don't behave the same at all. When you start crocheting with them, they do not behave the same. But I would like to write this pattern and get it out because I think this would be a lovely addition to a wardrobe. If you just have a cream colored, you could probably make it out of, and what I would suggest, the 24/7 Lion brand. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but the 24/7 Lion brand DK. There's a DK Lion brand 24/7, and that is all cotton, and it's a smaller yarn than the 4, which is a little bit thick for something like this, I think. in the full cotton. But I do like it. I have some of it in the cream color, and I was going to start one in that. I thought I've already got 3 of them going. I'll just do it in what I have here. I think I'll probably finish the zinnia and write the pattern with that, but you can use any kind of yarn you want to. So I would suggest a light colored yarn for spring and summer. So there you go. I know I probably shouldn't show whips that I haven't finished and I haven't worked on at all this week, but I wanted to show you this again. This is so beautiful. This is Cotton Sprout by Premier. I am not sponsored by any of these people, but I do love this Cotton Sprout. It's very, very soft. And this is the label that's on it. It's 100% cotton. Very, very nice. It's a number 3 yarn. See, it's got a little bit more drape in it. So it's a number 3 yarn. And I'm using an I hook. I started out with an H and I decided, nope, that's not going to work. I wanted an I hook so it wouldn't take me forever to make this top. But it's just going to be a summer top. Very pretty. And I could have done a Rebecca with this, you know, top down. That would have been really pretty. And I might change my mind, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to start at the bottom and make it in pieces and make it like a little vest. You can wear it over a t-shirt or you can just wear it sleeveless, you know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It hasn't told me yet. Sometimes I'll get yarn and it'll say, this is what I'm going to be. I want to be this and I don't want you to make me like that. I want it to be made like this. And so I usually listen to my yarn and it takes me a little while. Sometimes I'll order yarn and it comes in and I put it over in my stash and eventually I'll say, you know, I want to use that yellow yarn for this pattern. I'm going to just come up with a pattern and I want to make it out of that. So I really do talk to my yarn. I know that sounds weird. I know y'all probably do the same thing though if you get yarn. Look at that. Can you believe that? I'm just tickled. Look at that. It looks like an armband or something on there. Oh well, I'll get over it. I'm not worried about it. Really, I'm not too terribly worried about it. So let's move on to our giveaways. Speaking of giveaways, I am giving away a crochet magazine. And I said I didn't have it, but I do have it. And I'll show you the vest that I'm talking about right here. There are, I counted 6 pages of instructions. That's just too many for me. You might love it, and I'm sure Margaret Hubert did a very lovely job on it. And it's a beautiful vest, but I'm going to do something a little bit different with mine. So I just wanted you to see that. This is the magazine I'm giving away this week. This is the summer of 2023. Beautiful crochet magazine. Really love it. I love this magazine. I have made things out of it. I have to judge, though, how much time I want to spend on something. And it's been a while since I've, you know, really dug down and made one of these patterns. But there are lots of really pretty things in here, and I appreciate all the designers because I'm a designer as well, and sometimes you get excited when you see something that you might want to make of your own. So that is the crochet magazine, and it will be going to a lucky winner. So we'll get to that here in just a minute. Winner number 2 will receive Crochet World, which is another great crochet magazine. This is for the April of 2023. This is the last copy I have. This has that pretty granny handbag on the front. Just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. I'm loving that. I might have to make one like that. I don't know if I'll make that one, but it's really pretty. Look at that. To be made just like that and wear that with a pretty yellow top and some jeans. That is just so cute. Anyway, this will go to winner number 2 this week, and they would have said Granny, because this is the Granny Square bag on the front. So they will have had Granny in their comment. And then the 3rd winner will receive 3 cakes of Kobu yarn from Lion Brand. Let me turn that around there where you can see it. Kobu yarn from Lion Brand. And these actually have quite a bit of yardage on them, 232 yards each. So that's about 700 yards of Kobu yarn. It's a size 3, so you can make like a sleeveless top or something like that with this Kobu yarn. Really love it. And if you run out, you can order 1 or 2 from Amazon has it. Lion Brand has it on their website. You know, you can go there and get more of it if you need more of it. But the green, it's a beautiful color. It's olive, and that was the key word, olive. Okay, here we are at the computer, and I'm using a little bit of a different software to do the YouTube comment picker. So it says that it's going to work, so we'll see. It says filter duplicate names and on specific text, and we're going to use the word fun right here down at the bottom. So I have the YouTube URL, you know, the address up at the top. So that video is the one we're working with. And it says start raffle and pick winners. So we're going to see who won. Winner 1, Barbara B. Love your giveaways, Olive and fun. Okay, she's used the word fun. So now we're going to go back. Barbara B, congratulations. Sorry, I should have said that. This is a little bit weird because I've not used this particular one, but it's supposed to work. All right, so the next one, that was for the Crochet Magazine. Sorry about that. For the second one is the Crochet World Magazine, and that word was Granny. So let's put that word in here. Granny, and let's scroll down, and here we go. Start raffle and pick winners. Elaine Armenta. Elaine Armenta. And there is her word right there, Granny. So Elaine Armenta, you have won the Crochet World Magazine. So that's great. That's great. All right. So here we go. Let's do this. We'll go back up here. And we're going to put the word olive, O-L-I-V-E, and that's for the Kobu yarn. So let's scroll down here and go down here, start raffle, pick the winner. Danette S. White. Okay, there's the word olive right there. Danette S. White, you have won the Kobu yarn. And thank you all for participating. Thank you so very much. And let's get back to our video. Congratulations to our winners. I'm excited for you. Be sure to email me with your mailing address so I can get these out to you right away. Now, let's talk about next week's giveaways. And hopefully the pattern will be out by the time we select the winner, and I can give you the pattern along with this. And this is the beginnings of that same vest. Very pretty, and it really is nice. It's substantial. It would be very pretty with a white t-shirt under it or a black t-shirt, anything like that. It's not hard to make, and the only thing that's established here is the length from the underarm to the hem, like this, about like that. Of course, we're going to put a bottom on it. You can frog that out very easily and start over. Along with that, and this is what I'm making it with. These were balls of, I don't know if they're called leftovers. They're surplus millions, factory millions. And there's a pound, it says 1 pound, 16 ounces, 454 grams. And there were 3 big skeins of this. You won't need that much to make this vest because I haven't even touched it yet. And of course, I haven't done that much on it, but you will not have a problem making the vest out of this. And you can make the vest, or you can rip it out and do something else with it. There's a lot of yarn here. Believe me, that's a substantial skein. And there are 3 of those in here. And then this little piece of Jeannie's vest that's on there. I have to name the vest, but anyway, that is a frogger finish, and that will go to the person next week who says, who puts the word in their comment, cotton. You have to use the word cotton, C-O-T-T-O-N, in your comment in order to be in the running for these 3 huge skeins of yarn. Look at that, 3 skeins of cotton, and it's a frogger finish, so you can frog it or finish it, whatever you want to do. So there you go. Winner number 2 will receive the newest Crochet World. Love these. June of 2023. And there's some pretty patterns in there. I'm not going to take time to go through it this week, maybe next week, because I'm running out of time. I've spent a lot of time being silly here today, talking about everything under the sun. But if you would use the word crochet, C-R-O-C-H-E-T, you will be in the running for the Crochet World Magazine. This is the newest edition, June of 2023. We're way ahead of that, but you know, that's the way magazines are. So this will go to someone who used the word Crochet in their comment under this in this video, so be sure to put that in your comment. Now, winner number 3 is another Frogger finish, and I started this and I talked about it. This is flex yarn as well, and this is a big 590 yard skein along with this much here. And I started this right here. I started this and I don't like it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it was going to be the bottom of a sweater with vents on the sides. See the vents right there? And I have them stitch marked together at the very, very bottom of the sweater just to keep them from flopping around. But I don't like it. I just don't want to finish it. But it's all the way around. So it's crocheted in the round. So you can continue on around to fit you if you want. It's pretty good size. It's probably I don't know, 42 round, maybe 42, maybe 40. So you can rip that out and use the flex yarn however you want. But this is the same flex yarn I talked about earlier, only it's a cream color instead of a gray. And there's a full skein right here, and along with this, if you want to rip it out. I'll probably take that off there because you don't need that. But anyway, and this comes along with it. And this is the other part of, this is a beginning of a sweater. And y'all have seen these before. This is like the underarm of a sweater. And I just don't like them. I don't like that. I might make one eventually, but I don't really need this right now. And so you can rip that out. It's very easy to rip out. And it's just triads, or they call that granny stitch or whatever that is. It's really pretty made up. Look how pretty that is. I really love this flex yarn. It's gorgeous. So all of this will go to the winner next week that uses the word flex, F-L-E-C-K-S, flex. And that says it right there. Let me find it here. Flex. Well, dropping everything. Flex. F-L-E-C-K-S. Use that in your comment and you can receive this. What I would do if I wasn't interested in finishing that, I would just rip it all out and wrap it up into a ball and use it for something else. It's beautiful yarn. And so that is a Frogger finish right there. The bag doesn't come with it. That's my bag. I don't want to give up my bag, but I'm keeping it in there to keep it safe. And so sign up for these different gifts that we're going to give away next week, and we'll continue our giveaways. I really love doing giveaways. I can help somebody have something that they might not ever want to buy or can't buy or don't know about buying. So it's kind of fun to give things away. And also all these magazines I'm getting in the mail, they're just coming in like crazy. So I thought, it's a good thing that I can give those away. So I wanted to say thank you so much. Thank you for watching my videos, for viewing my videos, and for signing up for them, subscribing to them, and also to join the community. The link is down there. Don't forget to do that, because you will be able to buy my patterns if you want to buy. They have offer codes that are going to be coming out. I'm going to feature a pattern hopefully every week or every other week, and this week it's the Felicity pattern, so I hope you'll take advantage of that. There's an offer code in your email box, so be sure to look that up. I should be in there like last evening. So, and I will see you next week when we find out what's on the hook.